Fuck it, I'll tell my story. Introduced to this odd tall guy, let's call him Jeff. Jeff is really into Rocket League, smoking pot, and underground rap music. Lives with his rich parents. He warms up to me after we hang out a few times. He's a little odd, but not a bad guy. My friend and I hang out with him a decent amount. He always wants to be alone when we're doing something though. For example, when we'd be playing basketball, he'd be sitting by a tree nearby and day drinking to the point of vomiting. When we would go out clubbing with a group of friends, we would be off trying to get laid while he would just stand in the corner of a bar and drink. Tried to introduce him to girls I'd be talking to at the bar, but they'd get a weirded out vibe and leave. Over time find out that he's emotionally abusive towards his pushover parents, demanding money for alcohol and for them to drive him anywhere he wants to go when he's fucked up. In time, find out that in addition to drinking a lot and smoking pot, that he's open to most other drugs and smokes salvia and synthetic cannabinoids regularly. Also find out in time that his parents once had him institutionalized for schizophrenia and other things. He still seems harmless though, fucked up certainly, but harmless. From there things went from weird to fucked up. After about a month, Jeff starts dating this 18-year-old, he was 23, who lives about 40 minutes away from us. Around this time, Jeff starts to believe that he's some spectacular artist and makes an Instagram account to show off his art. In reality, they're just weird schizo drawings that resemble a child's drawings. He starts to tell me how there's some evil shadow cabal trying to keep him and his art down and prevent him from saving the world with art. What the fuck are you smoking, Tiff? Salvia, apparently. After about a week of dating, starts to post on his art account about how he loves this girl and how she's the one and some goddess. This guy is really simping over 6 out of 10 18-year-old pussy. Eventually starts to make other art accounts on Instagram with similar drawings. Ask him why he's doing this, as he's merely dividing his social media attention between these accounts rather than concentrating it on his main account. Even if I don't like his art, I'm trying to be supportive. What are you talking about, man? I'm not making those accounts. He's obviously made these accounts. I even see him posting on one of them from his phone. Started to question his sanity at this point, but then again he still seemed harmless. Eventually Jeff goes to some concert with his barely legal GF. I'm at home reading before bed when I get a call from him. It's about midnight. Hey Jeff, what's up? Dude, I fucked up. Fuck. I fucked up bad. Oh Christ, here we go. Immediately think that he's killed her or something. Tell him to calm the fuck down and ask him what happened. I was with, insert GF's name here, at the concert. Midway through the set we went out the bar for a smoke. Turns out he brought a joint that he'd filled with a bunch of salvia and synthetic pot and smoked it. He didn't even share it with her, the greedy bastard. Tells me he starts having delusions and was telling her about how much he loves her as a goddess and the shadow cabal that was plotting to keep him down and keep them apart. Words every ditzy high school senior wants to hear. Understandably, she starts freaking out and asks him to calm down. He doesn't calm down. Just starts panicking and hyperventilating and looking all around. She continues to try and calm him down. Apparently, after she put his hand on his shoulder, he looks straight at her and screams in horror at the top of his lungs, telling her to get away. Obviously, she's freaked the fuck out by this point and leaves him there. He somehow manages to get on the subway heading home despite panicking from his salvia-induced paranoia. Calls me on his walk from the subway station to his parents' house. Don't know what to say. Well man, I'm guessing you probably shouldn't do salvia anymore. Yeah man, you're right, I'm never going to smoke that shit again, ever. I'm guessing she breaks up with him, since all he posts for the next few weeks is shitty art depicting them, in the style of a first grade special ed classroom. Every post caption is, "Please forgive me, I'm sorry goddess," and other similar ilk. Hang out with him several weeks later, and he does his regular loner thing, but this time smoking salvia instead of drinking. Tell him to stop and get off that shit. He gives me a half-assed, "Alright, fine man, I'll stop," and then smokes it when I'm not looking. Know when a plane is spiraling out of control and decide it's time to get off and pull the shit. Stop hanging out with him, but still chat every now and then over Discord. Get a message one Saturday about a month later. "Hey man, I fucked up again, I'm leaving now, goodbye." Confused by this message, ask my friends what's going on. The night before, my friend that introduced us, another friend, and some fat neoliberal guy that I dislike go out with him and party, i.e. drink and smoke pot, with Jeff at his parents' big ass house. My friend later tells me that the whole time that Jeff was acting unhinged the whole night and yelling at his parents, telling them how much he hates them and accusing them of gaslighting him. This friend and my other friend eventually leave. The fat liberal fuck is a hedonist, surprise surprise, and drinks himself into a coma, passes out on Jeff's bedroom, the basement, floor. Friends tell me that he'd been wanting to smoke salvia all night but waited till the two left and Fatty passed out, I guess. Smokes salvia. Immediately begins another schizophrenic episode. Tells the comatose Fatty to leave and accuses him of being an agent of the Shadow Cabal. His parents supposedly heard him screaming at the top of his lungs in the basement. Walked down to see a horrifying scene. Jeff must have picked up a half-empty 60-ounce bottle of Absolute that they'd been drinking all night and started smashing Fatty in the head with it. Bottle eventually shatters. Fatty's head and his hand are now all cut up. He is still screaming and kicking the gelatinous body, now bleeding on his parents' carpet. Glass, vodka and blood everywhere. Parents somehow manage to restrain him and call ambulance for Fatty. He's screaming the whole time. Somehow Fatty comes out of this completely fine, despite the fact that he got clobbered in the head several times and could have been dead. Fatty decides not to press charges. Fucking idiot. After I received that message, Jeff and his parents must have sold their house and moved elsewhere, because the next time I drive past it, I see a sold real estate sign. Never see or hear from Jeff again. All his art Instagram pages have been shut down. Well, that's the end of my story. Nothing paranormal, but I hope I've managed to dissuade you from hanging out with schizophrenic salvia addicts.